Hello all. In this session, we are going to discuss about a highly useful mechanism in C programming language known as arrays. We are already aware of different storage classes and different types of variables. Just to remind you, these are the four basic data type variables: character, int, float, and double. And the method by which we can declare variables under each data type is also shown in the examples. Say int a comma b comma c. Here we are creating three integer variables by the name a, b, and c. Now supposing that we want a collection of variable for storing a set of data, we need to have an alternative mechanism by which we can conveniently declare variables so that we can store all of the values. Now Ri provides us with one such mechanism where we can declare a collection of variables for storing similar values. By definition, an array is a collection of data elements that are of same type. Let me repeat. Array is a group of variables where we can store identical values. So we have seen that array is a collection of variables of same type. Now they are used very much in C programming language because of the ease to access any member from the array, and they are very convenient at the time of passing variables to the functions. Let us declare an array. Here is the syntax: type, array name, array size. Example, int abc10. So here we are creating an array by the name abc where we can store 10 integer values. Hence the declaration statement must be int abc10. Int refers to the type of the array, abc is the name of the array, and 10 is the number of values that this particular array can store. When we declare int abc10, 10 locations will be created. Each of them will be having the name abc0, abc1, abc2, abc3 up to abc9. So 10 locations, each with unique name abc0, abc1 up to abc9. And in each of the storage location, different values can be stored. And let me underline, only integer values can be stored from abc0 to abc9 memory locations. Next is how to initialize the array. Now the simple method to initialize this array is to include the values within the braces. This can be done at the time of the declaration of the array itself. For example, let us assume we need to have an array by the name xy with size 4 for storing the values 12, 32, 33 and 44. So all the things, array declaration and the variable assignment, can be done in a single statement. Int xy4 equal to open braces 12, 32, 33, 44, close the braces, semicolon. So the array xy with size 4 is created and the values are assigned 12, 32, 33 and 44. Here xy0 is initialized to 12 and in second location xy1 will be initialized with the value 32. There exists an alternate method for declaring an array and initializing the array, that is by not specifying the size of the array. Empty square brackets are allowed following the array name. For example, int a square bracket open, square bracket close equal to braces 3, 4, 5, 6 closing braces semicolon, that is equivalent to int a4 equal to within braces 3, 4, 5, 6. So empty square brackets is also valid. Going for example, based on arrays, assume that we have 5 numbers and let us use an array to store these numbers, and also we have to find the sum of array elements. So starting the program, void main int v5 equal to 11, 1, 3, 6, 10. So in this statement, we are declaring an array by the name v with the size 5, and the 5 given data is stored into the array. Next statement, int sum equal to 0. Next expression, sum equal to v0 plus v1 plus v2 plus v3 plus v4. So these are the 5 array locations, v0, v1, v2, v3, v4. So adding them, that will add up the values present inside the locations, and the sum will be assigned to the variable sum. The last line we print up the result. Now this method is possible only if the numbers are limited. If we are to handle the numbers in large sizes, we have to have an alternate method. Let us try to improve upon the previous program. So we are going to use the notation v of I to refer to the array location in general. So we can start the program as we had started the previous one, void main into v5 equal to 11, 1, 3, 6, 10 in sum equal to 0. Next, we are using a for loop so that we will be able to change the value of I for int I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus within braces sum equal to sum plus vi. So every time the for loop repeats, I will vary from 0 to 5. And by the time I value becomes 5, we are out of the loop. And in effect, this loop, as it gets repeated, it will take up v0, v1, v2, v3, and v4, and they will be added with sum. And when the loop completes its sequence, we get the final result in the sum variable. So the last line of the program is similar to the previous one. Printf sum of array elements equal to %d, sum. So this method will be more convenient if we have large numbers to handle. That means if we have 25 or 50 or 100 number of data, we can make use of the notation v of I, and a loop may be used for changing the value of I from 0 to n minus 1. Now once again, let us consider the program. Now in this program, we need one more improvement. Supposing that we have the values that has to be dynamically changed every time the program is executed. That means every time we have a different set of values whose sum of elements has to be found out. So we have to modify the program so that it is able to accept the input at the runtime, which means we have to make use of a scanf statement. So the program goes like this: void main int v5 sum equal to 0, printf input array elements, then comes the for loop for int I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus, and within braces scanf %d, ampersand v. So once again, vi is the general notation, and every time I value changes, the exact location will be pointed to, and the value that are given as input, that will be taken and placed in the corresponding memory location. Assume that the current I value equal to 3. So the data we enter will be accepted and placed inside the location v3. Assuming that the current value equal to 4. In the next repetition, I plus plus makes the I value equal to 4. So this time the data input will go into the location v4. So the for loop mechanism and a scanf statement will accept all the input values and will safely store the values in the corresponding location. And the second half is exactly the same as the previous program. Printf sum of the array elements is the for loop, and within the for loop the expression sum equal to sum plus vn, and finally we are printing the final result printf %d comma sum. So to conclude, we have declared an array, we have initialized an array, and we have manipulated the array. So we have seen that array is a convenient mechanism for storing a set of values that are similar in type. Hope all of you have understood. Thank you all.